All right, so a few months ago for his birthday, our younger son asked for one of those small little pocket notebooks. My wife Chris and I both thought it was a pretty interesting request, so one morning she took the family to this local Japanese store just to browse through their stationery aisle and buy him a few supplies. Next thing you know, he starts carrying around his little pocket notebook everywhere we went. On our way to church, he would bring it. When we were at like a restaurant, he'd bust it out and he would start taking notes. One time we were even at like a family party and I saw him step out into the backyard and he started jotting down in his journal, and then he starts laughing to himself at whatever he was writing. It was really cool. But no matter where we went, he brought his little handy pocket notebook with him, and then he would use it all the time. To this day, he uses it. It's like he's some sort of like detective or like a poet. And even though I know he would disagree, it kind of reminds me of myself when I was that age. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Randy Tolentino, and I hope you all doing well. And I appreciate you being here. On this channel, I like to just reflect on things like family, faith, sometimes career, and also exploring your creative passions and why all of these things are important to just kind of have this well-balanced situation for yourself. Okay, so then one night, a little bit after he got his journal, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm winding down aimlessly, just kind of browsing through the YouTube app on our TV in the living room. And then I catch this video that says everyone should keep a compendium book, and here's why. I ignored it first and I kind of skipped past it, but then that word, compendium, stuck with me and it pulled me back because I never heard of the word and I was honestly interested in what a compendium book was. That video was from this cool brother named Park Notes, whose channel blends different worlds of like philosophy, notebook strategies, and just kind of a variety of different learning methods for anybody in school. So I watched that Park Notes compendium video. The next thing you know, I lose myself in this world of analog and creative journaling. I spend the rest of that night watching video after video on the topic. I'm fully hooked by the subject, and then it dawns on me. I think I found my people. All right, so you probably already know this, but if you don't know, ever since I was like this young little wild brother back in San Diego, I've always been fascinated by letters, words, and the craft of writing. As a kid, my favorite subject was language arts. And then in middle school, I used to spend a lot of time drawing letters and words and phrases. I was obsessed for years with street art, graffiti, and tagging. And then from my years in college up until I was married and we started a family, I spent well over a decade writing lyrics and songs as an independent hip hop artist. Later in my professional career even, I published a few articles for several well-known platforms online. And then in the background, behind the scenes, I've also kept personal collection of blog posts, like a draft manuscript of a memoir that I plan on publishing one day. I've just always been into writing, and all the while, I kept my own stack of personal journals. So after going down this rabbit hole, recently we moved into this new place, so I went and dug out a bunch of personal journals from bins and boxes that we had during the move, and I just kind of was looking through them. Some of those were artistic journals, like when I was doing urban sketching back when we lived in New York. Others, I held notes for different work projects or apps that I wanted to build. I also kept like an all-purpose journal where I kind of just brain dump things like furniture design ideas or even lyrics whenever I felt inspired to write. And then I also had a practice of keeping a book of prayers that I used to write in, almost every day for about 8 months. By the end of that week, after watching Park Notes, that was just the beginning. I also started watching other people like Jared Henderson, for example, this other brother who's really good too, named Raisu, a bunch of others that are out there, and they all talk about journaling and their own little systems. I learned for the first time in my life that there are different journal types: bullet journaling, commonplacing, traveler's logs. There's this thing called the morning pages practice, and then also those pocket journals like our son already had. So I made up my mind. At the end of that week, or by the end of that week, I already had ordered a fresh new one off of Amazon. A few days later, I received this beautiful fake leather, lightly dot gridded journal to explore this world all over again. And I've been at it ever since, every day, and I am hooked. So let me just be honest with you. I didn't realize how much I'd benefit from journaling. These days, life can sometimes get a little bit overwhelming, between family, between work, and everything else that is happening in the world. So when I take that time each day to collect and sit with my thoughts, I truly appreciate how much this practice has allowed me to kind of slow down and reflect on everything that's going on. It's like I'm able to reconnect with myself, if that makes any sense. Well, you are probably wondering, what does this have to do with me? Well, I'm telling you this because I am through the roof fascinated by this discipline of journaling, and I am so inspired by this invitation to maintain this new writing practice in my life. I'm so into it that y'all are going to hear about it on this channel. I am planning on bringing y'all with me to continue down this creative journey, and I'm hoping to explore language arts, the importance of written expression, quality communication, and just 100% nerd out on good old classic analog non-AI writing. So listen, I'm just excited. Y'all have to forgive me. Anyway, just wanted to share a quick status on what's the newest and coolest thing in my world. I hope y'all enjoy the update. By the way, I was wondering, for the people subscribed to this channel or anybody who's kind of come across this video, whether it's a handwritten physical notebook, a journal, or some sort of app like Notion or Notes or whatnot, let me know in the comments what kind of journal you keep, if you do keep a journal, and what kind of things you write about. I'm super interested in that. Anyhow, I need to get out of here. I'm about to take the kids swimming and enjoy the rest of this summer afternoon. Again, thank you again for checking out this channel. I appreciate every one of you. I keep you in my prayers and in my thoughts. Share the link with someone if you know that they're interested in this kind of stuff and whatever we're doing over here. And just hit the like for your boy. I appreciate that so much. Until next time, look, if you do have an old notebook somewhere, or maybe you feel compelled to go and get a brand new one and you want to start a journaling practice of your own, go for it. You never know what capturing your thought on a blank page will bring for you and what it'll do for you. Let me know if you decide to do that as well. Until the next time, y'all take care of each other. Y'all be good to one another. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Easy.